Okay, welcome everyone. Hello, welcome to our summer meeting. Danessa and I were saying like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that. I think the last time that we officially had a meeting, was it March?
I think it was the end of March. Yeah,
It was when everyone was like, we're just done. We're just done. So we took a little break so that we could come back with smiles and be ready to share some fun things. And we hope that this meeting will provide some inspiration, some joy, some time to check in and chat, and then a few share outs. And please share. There'll be things in here that Danessa and I put in here, resources that you can come back to at any point in time. And if you're watching this recording back, you can watch it too. But if we haven't met, I'm Stephanie, and I'll let
Yep.
And we're happy to have more leadership. Just going to say that now and again at the end. So if there are more people that want to help with NorCal, usually our meetings get a little bit bigger, but it's summer and I'm glad people are out and enjoying summer. So as always, these are recorded, and we just updated our website and other pieces. The GEG logos changed, the leaders logo, like all these things have shifted with the new look of Google and other things. So so we just wanted to let people know that that is always an option and people are always welcome. We'd like to spread the love with the leadership here. So please join us if you're interested and let us know. And we're happy to help.
Absolutely. Thank you guys all for being here. We know that it's summer and still early July, and it's a lot. It can be a lot. So thank you for being here. So hopefully we have some great stuff to share. We do have some great stuff to share, and that you can take something away from it. So you guys are our people. We are thankful that you challenge us and inspire us. And we just want to continue that. Thank you, Jessica. Perfect. So as all of our meetings, we are going to share some googly treats with you. We'll talk about what's working, some top tips and tricks that we have, and some next steps. So kind of trying to keep it as simple and everyone knows what to expect.
Perfect. So, I'm just going to put the little link for the Bitmoji. Oh, I'll add it at the end in case people want to add that.
Excellent. So first, the new EDU 90. This just came out 2 weeks ago. Should we play it? Should we?
I think we could have it in there. You know, what's interesting. Yeah. I think the next slides kind of get to what some of the things were. So in this, I mean, it's 90 seconds like we'd live, but they basically talk about the Anywhere School that was upcoming at the time of that recording. And so the next slides go into what was announced. So maybe we should.
Yeah, let's just dive into that. That's a good point.
Okay.
Whoop. I always forget it plays automatically.
But it's there if you need it. So these next ones that we've put in here, what I thought was really cool was that Google put out these series of sketch notes that were done. There are 4 of them that went along with the different updates that came out. They posted these on a blog post that's linked down here, as well as on Twitter. And so they talked about in those announcements, some of the main things that they talked about were some of the changes that you see here coming to Google Classroom. So if you're at a school that uses Google Classroom, they talked about some of the different add-ons that were done there, stuff specific to the rosters and making things easier for syncing with different information systems. So a lot of people in the back channel were quite happy about that. And then some specific alterations coming to Google Meet that are specific to Classroom. The next ones go for things outside of Classroom. Like I know I was at a district that didn't use Classroom, but if you do, these are perfect for you. The ones coming to Meet, we have seen many of them, but they're going to improve some of the things that we have seen. So some of them have rolled out the name visibility piece, the presentations. Okay, my favorite thing is being able to see that you're presenting at the same time. Like, life changing. You can be in the meet and see.
That was such a pain at the end.
Oh my gosh. And then the hand raising features, some of the pieces about breakout rooms and looking at safety and security, and the video pieces. They were talking about locking some of those pieces. And then so much was focused around accessibility and access, and improving that and making sure that some of those pieces, depending on what your needs, your students' needs, your family's needs are, especially around captions and live captioning, so that everyone has access to what's going on in real time, which I thought was great. And then there's, oh, and the pinning. So if you're not familiar, that was just one last one on the last one. The multiple tiles, they specifically, I didn't really know what the purpose was until it was explained. And then once I heard that, I went, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. So they talked about that you can pin people that would be on the screen. So usually that would be the teacher or whoever is needing to be on the screen during whatever meeting you have. But they said, being able to pin multiple people. So it could be a student that's presenting, or it could be someone that's signing if you need a sign language person, so that both people are on the screen at the same time. And I found that, I went, oh, I get it. Like the fact that that didn't hit me at first, but once I heard that, and also as somebody who is co-taught, like the ability to have both people there, all of those things I think are really helpful.
So important. Yeah.
And you tell me, Danessa, you want to jump in on this next one, or?
Sure. So
Okay,
Google for Workspace for Education. So this is the collaborative tool that's going to be, when did they say?
I believe they're hoping most of these rollouts are in the fall, but some will be throughout the year.
A little later. So being able to embed your videos in docs and slides and sheets, I am super excited for. Instead of having that link where students go to go see it, it'll be right there embedded. That's probably my favorite thing ever. You can be able to tag people in the drive, which is going to be super helpful for me, probably for students. Those interactive checklists, I was looking at those. If anyone's a list maker, being able to create those, and for students too, and have them use those checklists, that's going to be just epic in docs. The writing tips are going to be helpful for students. There's going to be new table templates. So I have a friend, a colleague who she loves her tables and docs. She's just already super excited about templates and being able to use those. I think I don't know what my favorite one is, but there's so much that they're doing for the whole across the board for our GAF or Google for Education, that it's just the auto saving for forms. Who needed that during this? The auto save, I got asked that all year during distance learning. Why do students have to stay on until they finish? Now they don't have to. So this, and the simplified settings, I think they're already there, if I recall. Yeah, the simplified settings that you can set for the forms are already there. And it's so nice because you don't have to search for what you're looking for. Yes, I want to make it a quiz. Boom, done. It's one of the first things you see. Plus fonts, so you can make it pretty if you want.
That one makes me so happy.
The fonts, yeah. It's just I know, years, right? The autosave, it only took a while, but they're so good. They're so good. And there's a plethora. These are just the highlights. So do check those out, guys. Amazing. Anything you want to add on that one?
No, that was great.
Awesome. Oh, and Chrome. My gosh, y'all. So they added a whole bunch of 5 different new policies to the console. If you are a person that admins the console, go check those out. They're automatic updates, which I know is super exciting for those who manage those. But I think their focus on most of their updates is that engagement and inclusivity. Just seeing the features that they're added, being able to pin people, like Stephanie was saying, it's just going to be awesome. And being able to switch those things and click those things within Chrome too is going to be amazing. So yeah.
I think most of the rest of these are, I would agree with you.
Admin stuff.
Yeah. But very helpful for sure. And then the next one,
go.
Oh yeah, go right ahead, Craig.
He raised his hand. I love it.
Did you have a question, Craig?
If you go on the last slide, it says sandboxing on the bottom. What's sandboxing?
where was that one? I'd have to look that one up. I actually don't know what, let me see if I can look it up. I haven't heard that term before.
I don't remember. Yeah. And I think it's sandboxing of the trying.
Yeah. Okay.
Sandbox
environment provides a testing and staging platform without allowing the code being tested to make changes to the existing code and databases. So it's something for people that are doing the testing of particular things within the system without it affecting the system.
Thank you.
Good question.
Thank you to Google for letting me look that up very quickly. Clearly, I don't do that in the advanced security.
I don't either.
Our IT person.
Once in a while, I get, Woo.
Okay, so this one I'm super excited to share with you. I'll put the link here in the chat. This is something that if you are someone who works with families ever, or you have families at your school, guardians, so parents, grandparents, anyone that works with their student that needs support in terms of technology. My Google Innovator mentee, I got asked to be a mentor this last year, which was pretty exciting. Nikki Laverne, her Innovator project has been creating this Google Guardian series, and it's premiering in August. It'll be recorded. It's all on YouTube. And it'll be in multiple languages. So she has a few sessions. She has a few in Mandarin and a few in Spanish as well. And then the rest are all in English. But if that is something that would be useful to families at your school, I know at my school, like we use particular pieces. We don't use Classroom, as I mentioned. We don't use Windows. So I pulled out the ones that would be useful to the families at our school, and the links to it went in our student welcome packet or our family welcome packet, so that if families were interested in doing it, it's a self-guided piece. It's all virtual, it's all online, and she's doing a few things each day, and they're short to help people be able to access it. But I really think that it's going to be wonderful. She did mini ones like this earlier for just her region, and then it was so requested that she's made it a bigger series. She's brought in different speakers and different trainers, and so it's really about helping to support families, which is, I personally feel like, is like, of all the groups, it's the one that when she started talking to me about it, I'm like, that's the area where we didn't focus at all. Like, we thought about students, we were thinking about staff, right, and then I'm like, oh, our parents, like so many of them I think are like, they're the people that the kids go home to. And then if the students don't know how to do something and they don't have somebody at home that can support them, everybody is lost. So I think it's really worthy. So if you want to pass it on, or if it would be helpful for your families to watch something back, feel free to give them the link to that, and it has all the info.
So awesome. Anyone catch Flipgrid live? Ooh, man. We know it's not totally Google, but it's too awesome not to share. I'm just saying. I use Flipgrid quite a bit in class. Love it for all kinds of reasons. Stephanie, you just did a great project with yours, right? At the end of last year with Flipgrid.
We did. We used it.
You shared it, right?
Yeah. So much. I love everything Flipgrid. So this is super awesome. And I was excited about all of the updates. So we put the video in here, and we called this the googly-ish treats. But I love it. I love that Flipgrid is free and free for educators to use and for our students. So if you use it, all the updates are here, and you can catch up on that recording. It's only 30 minutes. It's quick. But the main things were altering of backdrops. So like one thing that I thought was super cool, probably my favorite thing, was that we got asked so much last year when we were virtual, why can't we alter, like, I want to be on the screen with what I'm showing, but sometimes I want to be in a different spot. And if you use, what is it, OBS, like, you can do those things depending on what system you're using, but this allows you to do it in Flipgrid. So you could be fully in the middle, you could be small and on the side, you can move yourself around on the screen as you're talking about what's on the screen. They have different stickers and different lenses now, so you could be not just a newscaster, but you could be other things. And then you can incorporate copyright-free music. Like, there's so much that's a one-stop shop that I think it'll be really useful for students. And especially if you're asking students even for a project to record themselves or record their learning, or right, like whatever it is that you're wanting them to do, the fact that you can do it within a platform that it's not storing it on their device, I think is very helpful, because it's accessible no matter what kind of device they're using, as long as it has a camera on it. And if it doesn't, you can just do audio recording, which is cool too.
Yeah, I was super excited. I wore my shades and everything. It's good stuff. Sorry for the My Little Pony in the background.
You're all good.
Oh, it's playing the video. Okay.
Okay.
That's, yeah, I was like, why isn't it going? Sorry about that.
Okay.
Now.
So this next one, and then I'm going to let Danessa do the jam, but I'll just show you the book that inspired it. I have a friend who is, she's a literacy coach and instructional coach on the East Coast. And she was sharing with me that her district, they invited the author of this book, The 1 Minute Meeting. Has anybody used it or read it? Talked about it? So I went and bought it because I was like, okay, I got to know what this is all about. But essentially, she broke it down for me because it came in the mail. It came in the mail this morning or yesterday afternoon, and I got all excited. But I wasn't about to finish reading a book before this meeting. So, but she talks about, it's a strategy that she uses where it's about her meeting with each of the students in the classroom, but they also implemented the strategy to work with staff in the same way. Like, how do you check in with people and stay connected in a way that that allows you to meet with as many people as you can, and really get to the heart of connection and figuring out what people need. And so she boils it down essentially to these 3 main questions. And so you put them in the jam, right, Danessa? I think. Okay. So I'm going to let Danessa introduce the jam board, because she jammed the jam, if you want to.
I believe I got all the questions.
Okay.
The 3 questions. And I put the link in the chat so you can all hop on the jam. And so each of the slides has each of the questions. So let's start with today. How are you today? How are you today? So if you want to grab a sticky note or put some text in there. If you want to share out, unmute yourself. I'll mute myself so you don't hear screaming ponies in the background.
Or if you want to put a GIF in that represents it, whatever you'd like, a picture.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I will find a GIF. It's on now.
Are we on, just double checking, are we on where we can edit or just view? Oh, it is view.
Oh, I swear I checked that, you guys. Here, I'll do it. Oh, see, it does. It says view every time, because I swear it changes it sometimes. Okay, now we're good. Thank you.
I'll hit refresh.
My students do that too, and I'm like, dude, every time. Every time. Oh, see, you're always awesome. That's what I should have done. I should have grabbed a Bitmoji, tired me.
I have my moments.
I don't even know why. There's no reason for me to be tired is the problem. Yay! That's a good day.
Ooh, river. Yes.
Day.
Okay, yes. I want to know what river. We say the river. I'm like, what river? Where? I'm excited about this. Ooh. Got some diving happening. Oh, yes. Yes. That looks delightful.
Oh, someone's tired with me. Thank you. I was worried it was just me.
Okay. So I like the feet up. I'm wondering what's in the bottle. I'm enjoying all of it.
Water. We had a 4th of July get together and it's been water ever since. Diving. Yes. Coaching. I love that. my kids had swim lessons for the first time this year. So they loved it. So I'm thankful for all swim coaches. Awesome, you guys. So our next question, what are some celebrations you have from the last few weeks? Something to celebrate. Maybe that's why I'm tired. Oh, taking a real break. I think Stephanie and I were talking before we hopped on, and this is the first year where I haven't been, reading something for education for the next year, or revamping a lesson, or looking at what I did. And not that I won't do those things, but just, a little bit here and there. I've had I just can't do it. So taking a real break I identify with that for sure. Yay on kitchen cabinets.
Yay on having a job.
Yep.
Yay on kitchen cabinets. Yay on cleaning carpets.
Yes. Yay on all the things.
Progress. I love it.
I do too.
Oh.
Yay!
Well deserved.
Definitely.
Well deserved money. Yes. Yes. You earned that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good job, everyone. Yay. See, always looking on those positive things, right? And then the last one, what are your challenges? And what do you think's getting in the way getting in the way? Such a good question. Such a good question. Yeah. And how do we promote that? How do we get, And I teach CS too. And usually I get the chance to go to the 6th graders to hype them up and get them into my class, especially girls, because it's always a male dominated class. So I feel that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These are powerful, I think. And what was interesting, so as people were writing, I was looking at the way that that she promotes using it, and she has it's hard to see, but she has these charts that are really simple. Essentially, it has those 3 questions and the student name, and she literally meets with students and tracks what they answer, and that's what their meeting is about. Is that kind of a check-in. So you get a how are you? You get to know what they're proud about or celebrating or excited to share with you. And what is it that's getting in, what is challenging them and what's getting in their way. And she said, the question, that they used in the book was, what challenges or concerns are you experiencing in your classes or in your school, could be one, or in this class, right? Like, so or in this project, like, I think it's really interesting and it's quite simple. She also talks about things to do before, during, and after all of those meetings and when to hold them. But I found it really interesting. And then she talks about what to do with the data. So maybe at future meetings, like after I've actually read it, because I skimmed enough to know what I could share. But she said, my friend who I really trust a lot, and we've done some writing together, she said that they loved it so much that they've invited her back, and that they're going to do a focus, like that's going to be the focus of their year, is how to help people to incorporate this into practice with their students, and in practice as coaches with teachers, and practice as admins with staff as well. So I just found it interesting and so applicable that I went, it's really simple, but I like it.
It's really simple. And
Yeah.
I think that you can connect with students more. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we all know that relationship is the bottom line. If you're asking, how are you today?
Yeah.
And you do that. And then what's going on? That's great. Maybe no one's asked them that before. And then what's your challenges? Okay. And then how to go from there. I think that could be incredibly powerful.
And that you're keeping it documented. Like, there are things that you can actually like go back, and that you're sitting in the space with, like, there were so many pieces about that I just went, like, it's not being done in front of the whole room. It's like a one-to-one, and how to do that. And when I think about being being in high school, and you have so many, but like, if you could do 1 minute with each student, or maybe you have to spread that out, but like, how do you manage doing that? And the ability to really value that check-in time, I thought was really interesting and valuable. So yay on that. Yeah.
No, I love that. There's the link if anyone's interested in the book.
I thought it was really cool. And then she talks about how implement, like, the places. No, it's fine. She talked about where they implemented it, and how there's like lots of stuff that if you have a staff that's like, well, how would you actually use it? She gives lots of examples. So that's what my friend was.
Oh, that's good. Gotta have that. Otherwise they're like, so.
Exactly. Okay.
Super
and then
exciting.
Yay. I'm so excited. So about a year ago, Global GEG put on the first boot camp. We had thousands of attendees. It was pretty awesome, virtually, obviously. And we're doing it again. And I'm really happy to be supporting kind of on the back channel. I'll be in StreamYard, but supporting our leaders in putting this on. And you are more than welcome to attend yourself if you are in need of a refresher, or if you haven't done your level 1 or level 2 and want to, or if you need a recertification, or if you want to share it with other people on your staff who you think this would support. It's going to be on the 4 Saturdays coming up in July. So it starts this Saturday. There'll be 2 days for level 1 and 2 days for level 2. And it's early for us here on the West Coast, but it's so that it could work for the world. So it goes from 7 to 10. For each of those days, and you can watch parts of it, come back to it, rewind it, fast forward it as needed. But there's a whole website that goes with it. And there's a leaderboard being done through an app through another awesome person that's made it Gameably, and Adam Gearson, and he's awesome. And that, if anybody needs to take it, no problem, Christine. If anybody needs to take the test and you are following the leaderboard, there will be challenges and different fun things to help you practice for the test. We got 5 for each one, for level 1 and for level 2. We got 5
your registration or your test
5 codes
payment.
For registration for the top people on the leaderboard. So if that helps to share out for your staff, or to get people excited about what to do, and especially with all the new things that are out for Google, in many ways, I think preparing and even taking the test it helped me to know some of the things that were out there. I just had to recertify my level 2. And there were pieces where I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never used Google Scholar in this way, or I've never used Google Books like this, right? It just made me go, oh, there's stuff out there that like, it's always been there, but I haven't used it. So, so if this helps you, or helps you do a refresher, or helps you in an area where you don't have it and you've always wanted to, it's there and it's totally free, and you can come back and view at your leisure. So Yay.
Yay. Yes. And it's always so helpful. Even I always check out some of those. Isti.
Okay, so this, I won't spend too long, but I spoke, I presented at ISTE, and then I was really excited to get to hear a bunch of amazing speakers. So I put together a wakelet, and I just thought I would share the collection, and if it helps other people, and then maybe, I don't know if other people, if you have things, I'm happy to add more things to the collection if you have other things that you think would be useful. But right now, this just was for me. So here's the collection of things that some are ISTE, and then a few have been from other like book chats that I've been in. But there were a couple ones that I think were really awesome. So I don't know if you want to, yeah. So okay, so if you scroll down, there's also been a San Jose State series of presentations. So when I visit one of those speakers, I've been putting it in here. But there are panelists that have been great. Some of the ones that I think people in this group might really like is that Storytelling Saves the World one. That one was great. If you keep scrolling, keep going. The 1 minute documentary is probably one of my favorite things that I saw up. The blue one. That one was awesome by Al Thomas. His stuff is amazing. And I think people in here would really like that, and you could use it in a variety of ages of classrooms, and it's awesome. And then if you keep going, if any of you, I know we've talked about design thinking, there are some design challenges that are in here. And then stuff for coaches, that virtual class visits, that was coach specific. So there's just basically anything that I went to that involved ed tech, coaching, cool projects in the classroom, I stuck it in here. So there's a lot of things. The Google Tools one was my presentation with Becky Lim. She's awesome. And then there's this one, the virtual field trips one. There's so much in that one. It's amazing.
And now that they're all online, right? So you can, it exists, but in a different form.
Yeah. So these are all ones by people that I just thought were amazing in presenting. And then that last reference, that very bottom document, the graphic design resource, is really cool if you're trying to teach students how to make a visual presentation, and it guides them through, like, how do you know what colors to use? How do you know what size to make things? And it's all on one slide. And I thought it was really useful, and I'm going to use it a ton. So that one was excellent. But those are all there, and I'm happy to add more if people have other things that they think would be useful to people. I'll keep adding stuff.
Super cool. So much going on. ISTE's amazing. Woo, our next steps. So I didn't put out, it's my fault, that we usually celebrate someone. Yes, add it, please. But we want to know what goals you have for this year, with this upcoming year. What goals do you have? What have you set for yourself? You can throw it in the chat. If you have something you want to celebrate for our next meeting, there's the link at the bottom. That would be awesome. Goals. What goals do you have? I always get ahead of myself. I'm excited to be back in person full time and like really cultivate those relationships. Online was difficult. It was done, but difficult for sure.
Trying to think about, like, goodness. I mean, for this next year, I kind of want to, I hope people are coming back in a space where they have taken some time and people feel refreshed. And I don't know, I kind of need to see where everyone is, like including students and staff, and how people are feeling. So I agree on the connection piece. I love that. Integrating, what did you say, Craig? Integrating science and history into reading and writing better. I love that. I'm a fan of cross-curricular pieces. So gosh, that just makes me happy. I think one of my big goals is probably connecting, like, in this way, but like I'm hoping to put on an ed camp that'll be for anybody who wants to come in Northern California. So I think that'll be a big goal, is just trying to put together something like I miss that space of being with people and learning live.
Yeah, I do too.
And so I'm hoping to maybe get to do that in a way that feels like people get out of it what they want to get out of it. So we'll see. So maybe we could have stuff on cross-curricular stuff, Craig. That would be awesome. I don't know.
Okay. And then if you need any help, as we talked about, the level 1 and 2 boot camps are coming. So do sign up. They are free. So why not? And any help we can give, we can. Trainers, there's still the new cohort 5. No, that's the coach. Coach is
coach. Mm-hmm.
Coach is their cohort 5 is coming up. So if you're interested in that, I need to get my booty and gear on that for real. Maybe that should be my goal.
You know, it's really good. If any of you, it's really good. And Becky Lim, who I said I presented with at ISTE, she helps run the EC Open Chat group. And it's been really neat to see the people in it, almost like the way that we are here. They meet monthly, they discuss stuff, they read the book together that goes with the coaching certification, they help one another, they review each other's videos, and they discuss issues at their own schools that they're dealing with and how they would approach issues and problems and opportunities. So I think it's been a really powerful piece. They meet on Meet, and there's usually about 20-ish people in each cohort, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less, but it's been really nice. And then people who have been through the coaching certification come in, and then people can find thought partners and reach out to anybody in the group. So it's been really worthwhile if it's something that you're interested in.
And so supportive. Yeah,
super supportive. And if it's something like Danessa was saying, like if you're thinking like maybe you're not in that role at your school, but you'd like to be, I think it's also helpful in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Or like potentially in the future, or if you do it, but maybe you want to bring in this curriculum to your district. They talk about all those kinds of things within there as well.
Oops, wrong button. Yes, agreed. So those are the links, and there's I think the trainer books in the notes too.
Yeah. And Innovator, just so everybody's aware, the cohort
the application
is specific to a different region right now. Then they're going to do a new cohort, I believe, but it's not going to be it's going to be a little bit later. I don't know the exact dates yet. The current cohort is set. It's over. It includes, it's the APAC region, so Asia, and it includes Australia. So it's the first time in a while that they're doing something that is regional, but I think that they already had, my understanding was they had something set up pre-COVID where it was meant to have something in that region. So they're honoring that before moving into doing a wider thing for Innovator again.
That's not to say you can't apply. That's how I had to fly to Sydney to do mine, but it was worth it.
Yeah, I think this one is specific to people that live in, it said it.
That's right, yeah. You have to be in that region.
But in future ones, yeah, like I flew to Singapore, so I'm all about getting to go somewhere. But yeah. And then Craig, did you have a question?
The thing is, I was trying to click on the link, but realizing I can't click on the link because I'm looking at the presentation. So I think I'm looking for the presentation to make sure I can save the presentation.
Yeah, perfect.
It's I'll put it in the chat.
Add it in for you, Danessa.
For sure. Yeah, but that's our meeting, you guys. We would love to have you to connect even more if you would like to present or have questions or would like to be a leader of some kind. It doesn't have, there's no small roles, but we understand adding too much. We get that. So in any way, we would love it. In past meetings, we've had people share for like 5 minutes, a cute little tidbit, or I shouldn't say cute. I mean, a tidbit that's super helpful. I remember the meditating one that I still use that. So I'm appreciative. Yeah. So let us know. You can email us or go to the website. And we'd love to have your help and help us grow. We're so thankful for each of you for being here. We know your time is valuable, and we hope you got something today. Stephanie?
I think that's all. I like short and sweet. So please. And then do we have the link? Do we have the link for adding here to the slide? That was my only thing. I tried to look
for the Bitmoji?
I don't think,
yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me get it.
I tried to look on slide 2, but I didn't. It wasn't taking me there.
Oh.
Wah wah.
I'll grab it. I know it exists somewhere.
Okay. Ooh. It's all good. We can send it out in an email. Let's do that.
For sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
Happy July.
Yay, we did it.
Before you start your school year, I hope it's wonderful. And
me too.
And I would love to check in maybe about how all of that goes for people, but at a time.
And we won't wait so long for our next meeting.
And hope one day I can meet people in person. So yay to all that. Okay.
Oh, here's the banner. I got the banner. Here it is.
Look at you. You're so good, Danessa.
Hey, once in a while.
All right. If you're not on the banner, add yourself. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your summer.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Bye, Michael. Bye, everybody. Bye, Tanis. Okay. Stop recording.
Woohoo.